Take a look at this cutie pie. You know what? One important activity for all your canine care is walking. So grab a leash and hit the streets with tips to make your time with Fido a breeze. Look, he's already ready. He's like, did someone say walk? And here we are with veterinarian Dr. Billy Griswold, and he is going to give us tips today. We know walking is good for the dog, but what are some real benefits to walking your dog several times a week?
The obvious one is exercise. They say if your dog is fit, you're fit, and so it's good for us as well. For me, it's really it's about bonding time. It's a chance to decompress for both of you and to reconnect to your dog a little bit. It's also great mental stimulation for them. They really get a lot out of, even if your walk is a short one around the block with lots of opportunities to stop and sniff, just that mental stimulation can be really relaxing for your dog.
Why don't people walk their dogs more?
Well, a lot of times they think the backyard is big enough. And, you know, Edgar, a big athletic dog, we live in an oversized lot, and even though he's got plenty of run to room, he spends most of his day just lying in the sun. If
right?
We're not out
Isn't that
there.
what happens?
Yep. And so they really don't exercise on their own, just like we don't. The other reasons that people might not walk their dogs is that they misbehave on walks. Usually that means they pull at the leash. And then some dogs are reactive. They become fearful or aggressive towards people or other dogs when they're on leashes. And so unsurprisingly, that makes people reluctant to take their pets out on a walk.
Let's talk about that pulling on the leash, because I know that's a huge problem. Why do they pull on the leash, and what can you do? Hello, sweetheart.
Well, contrary to popular belief...
Kiss.
No jumping.
Hello.
Contrary to popular belief, it's not because they want to be the boss and drag you around the neighborhood. Dogs are built... Look at his long legs, his giant nose. They're built to run and to sniff. And that's what they want to do when they get outside. And it's really tough to do at the end of a leash. You know, when you look at it from the dog's perspective, they probably say, why do people drag? So dogs just walk faster than we do.
Why are they so slow, those humans? And so what do we do?
Well, there's a number of things you can do, but there's really no substitute for loose leash walk training. And it's really not that difficult to train a dog of any age how to stay close and to walk on the end of a loose leash. Other things that you can use there are some no-pull aids, but we always want to avoid any type of aversive training aids like choke collars, pinch collars, and shock collars.
Now, a lot of people use the choke collars.
They can be dangerous. I mean, even on a flat collar with a buckle that doesn't tighten, if they pull, it puts pressure on their windpipe. Yeah. The choke collars actually don't have any limitation to how narrow they get, so they can become very dangerous with a strong puller.
Yeah, that is scary. Okay, so definitely train them to go on walks. And how can you make it more enjoyable? A, train them for walking on a leash. That's number one, because if you keep doing it, right? Because I know sometimes like you don't walk them for a week or two and then they start like kind of going again. You have to be like, okay, I have to train them. So doing it more is key. What else?
Well, you can tone down the beginning of the walk. And so most of us grab the leash and it jingles and the dog gets excited.
They get so
and the first thing they want to do is, want to go on a walk, want to go on a walk. And they get totally wound up. And so by the time you hit the front door, they're already
ready to
out
go.
of control.
That's true.
So if you make... you're cool about it and take your time and make it not too big a deal, then it just becomes another activity for them.
And of course you want to take maybe a portable water bowl, some bags just in case.
Absolutely. And then treats to reward good behavior. So loose leash behavior, returning, from a short trip sniffing when you ask them to come back.
All right. Good ideas. All right. Thank you so much. And look how good he was. For more information, everyone, and more tips, go to PriorityPetHospital.com or call the number on your screen.